Ok, y piso. Ok. Hola amor, justo iba a decir. Finalmente hoy día se juega y se completa What Remains of Edith Finch. No tengo idea de qué trata este juego, sé que es para llorar mucho y como yo soy la persona más llorona de este mundo, me voy a deshacer hoy día en lágrimas. Así que eso, no hay mucho más que decir. ¡Se comienza! Así me dio sorda pesar. Ya veo... Fuck, ok. Okay.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Ok, muy bonito modelado, me gusta. Tremenda casa, parece la madriguera de los Weasley. Muy buen modelado de las
I
plantas.
lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Ok, esto está interesante, que pongan el texto acá.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Los iban a sacar de la casa.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Uy, empezamos fuerte. Muy buenos efectos de esto. Texto.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Por acá. Por acá, creo. Sí, por acá. A ver, voy a ir por acá, porque por algo me está marcando ese camino. A lo mejor no es nada, a lo mejor es algo. Perdido.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Damn,
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
Oh,
The
fuck,
house was
pensaba que era por
exactly
arriba.
like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Uy, la música, qué linda.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Fuck. Acá, aquí no. Bueno, la entrada por acá. Ok, qué interesante que tengan una rampa. Entonces significa que alguien la tenía que estar usando. Entonces.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Ok. No, pero calmado, calmado.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Oh, fuck, se vi a alguien con silla de ruedas ahí. Ok, hay que ver entonces cómo se entra.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Qué bonita la ambientación.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ok, entonces está volviendo a la
For the
casa.
first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Fuck. Ok, ese es Lewis, Edith, supongo que esta es Edith Finch. Don. En la UF de Lewis Finch, el de allá. Los libros.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Wow, ok. Bueno, sí tiene sentido con lo que acabábamos de ver de la casa, de lo apartada que estaba.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Tiene sentido.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
O sea, literalmente se fueron corriendo, básicamente. Ahí está la familia, básicamente. Las ventanas tapizadas, los cuadros. Ok, supongo que Edith entonces era la que tenía la silla de ruedas, porque veo que está oxígeno.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Damn.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Oh, fuck, ok, eso está muy buena metáfora o analogía, nunca me acuerdo por cuál.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Ah, ok, eso está súper interesante. ¡Wow! Ok, esto muy genial. Lleno de libros, parece abajo.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Bárbara. Una caja musical.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Bárbara Finch. Violonchelo, alguien aquí buscó músico. La cocina de nuevo. Damn. Esta habitación está completamente... Ok, entonces lo que estaba en la parte del auto era otro segundo, supongo, seguro o algo así para esta puerta, sea lo que sea.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Ok, Milton desapareció.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Todo lleno de libros.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Ok, algo que encuentro súper curioso es, o sea, que está a la raja, es que cuando empieza a hablar automáticamente ¿cómo se llama esto? Amor, por favor, no me des spoiler. O básicamente déjame esperar lo que iba a decir, pero igual lo voy a hacer, es... me gusta que la cámara vaya cambiando según veas, básicamente, o sea, según el personaje habla. Ah.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Oh, damn. Ok. Ya, no, 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 gracias. Es que, ¿cómo se llama esto? Es que yo no sabía que eso sí se podía interactuar. Porque me había acercado y vi que no pasaba nada, pero nunca me acerqué a esa cuestión porque pensé que no sabía que era una mira.
I spent a lot of
¡Wow!
time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
¡Qué hermosa
I
esta
think my mom
decoración!
sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Weón, esta decoración es preciosa.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20.000 leguas de viaje submarino.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Ok. Vamos a ver qué hay por acá.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
¡Qué lindo!
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Supongo que la habitación de la
Just like I
hermana.
had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Ok, eso está muy genial. A ver si puedo. ¿O no me deja? No, ya. Molly. Entonces supongo que cada habitación sellada es de alguien que murió.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Lo parece.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
En el baño. Ok.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, bueno, eso te va a hacer mal del estómago.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Calmado, que me llamó la atención eso.
Mom, can I
cerrado.
come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ya, pero sal. Ahí sí, se me
It was a
había...
barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
Conchetum.
I was a cat.
Ok, eso está muy genial.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Es Navidad. Ok. No, no me deja subir, a lo mejor por... No. Ok, ahora la pregunta es... ¡Ay!
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Ok, qué interesante que se vean como maniquíes. Oh, qué interesante de que, o sea, te guían incluso con las luces el juego, al parecer.
I
O
jumped
con las
and I
luces
almost
largas.
got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Oh,
and suddenly I was an owl.
wow.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Ahí está. Oh, ya entendí, era apretar.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
Damn.
Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Ok.
A mama
Escucha.
rabbit.
No la veo. Ahí está.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Pensé que la iban a poner en agua o algo así.
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy skins. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Wow. Ok, por aquí parece que no. Ok.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
El problema es que no... Fuck, creo que lo bugué. Todavía. El problema es cómo hago que llegue allá. ¡Ah! Así, ya estoy listo. Ahí está.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Ok, esta niña de verdad es terrorífica.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Without drum. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Ok, hay que ver cómo se sube aquí.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Niña, empiezo a creer que tienes
slithered onto
problemas.
the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Ay, sí, era un water. Oh, el de su
I
propia
got closer and
habitación.
closer.
Me pregunto si es que solo la niña o también, por ejemplo, lo que eran las mascotas. Solo ella. Todos mis.
All of
todos.
my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Mierda.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Escucho un gatito.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Ok, qué interesante eso. Porque pensé que Molly
I
se
spent
refería
a
a otra
lot of
persona.
time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, ella tenía un montón de canarios.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg, and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Y la casa que se hundió.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
No, espérate. ¿Cómo se saca? Ahí sí.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Oye, ese es uno de los enanitos de Blancanieves. Me deja. Me da la sensación de que... No, debe ser una egipcia. Pastillas, de oxígeno, dormilón. Por las ropas parecía, pero al
Edie gave
mismo
a big
tiempo no.
interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. When Edie
Dormilón.
told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Es que no son los colores exactos, entonces por eso lo digo, pero tienen como la forma de los enanos de Disney.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Alguien que le gustaba mucho ver los videos.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Mujer de 72 años evita, se niega a evacuar por un pequeño incendio en el bosque. Construido en 1937 por Aben Finch. Dragón mata a Finch.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Ay, qué pesadilla tiene que ser intentar lavar esta cuestión y
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Pero está en el, o sea,
It was
alrededor
a
del
pretty
bote.
big trace.
Champán. Hay un secreto en este baño por Sven y Eddie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Milton. Cazador. El espacio definitivamente. Genial, hasta tenía un pequeño puente de esos colgantes. Habitación compartida, mitad cazador, mitad espacio. Y el puente ya no existía. Y esta área está cerrada.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Oye, Mircea, esta cuestión me voy a
I think
empezar a
Calvin
balancear.
always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly.
Oh,
And he
fuck.
did.
Mierda.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Tenía 11 años.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Oh, fuck, esta es la dos hermanos. Oh, esta es la que estaba completamente sellada antes.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The
Pero, güey,
passages
ten-
were a pretty tight fit.
Tener una
They'd
casa así
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
sería increíble. Bárbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Cuando perdió la fama.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Aquí está el viejo calabozo.
Oh, Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, tengo que volver a hacer el girar entonces cada vez más.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Damn, que eso está muy
And
genial.
as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
En la música de Scream, creo que.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Se lo merecía el tipo.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
Se lo
She threw
merecía.
him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all
Halloween.
doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Siempre se me olvidan los nombres de museo.
Bob
Ah,
returned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
ya es su novio.
His rage was he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been she sensed the story might not be over yet.
What?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole
Mocoso de
time.
mierda, se tenía que esconder debajo de la cama y no responder.
Pretty hard, but that's another story.
Ok, el final de Bárbara no lo espero.
Tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
En realidad el chiste era como una historia bastante macabra en inglés. Queda mejor en inglés ese chiste, pero...
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Te considero eso feliz, yo te considero bastante macabro.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Ok, sí tiene sentido eso.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
La habitación ya estuve, esta también ya estuve.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Ya, estas tres
It's
habitaciones
funny.
ya veo.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Aquí ya vine. Aquí también vine ya.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Perfecto. Ok, entonces ahora tengo que suponer que sí. Ok, impresionante este juego, ya me tiene totalmente, o sea, extremadamente inmersivo.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
No puedo hacer nada. No tengo aquí. Ahí está la llave. Un cuarto bastante normal de lavandería en California.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Y esa wea duele.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Mierda, o sea, todos han muerto bastante jóvenes. Esto es un búnker. Poco más de 50 años.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
2005. Mierda,
Stop.
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva acá?
whatever that thing was, it was gone.
Ni siquiera tembló.
Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
¿Será que ahora comienza todo?
I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Mierda, y más abajo todavía. Impresionante lo llena que está la casa de libros en todas partes. Hasta en el sótano.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara
Oh, fuck. Se está ocultando de eso.
and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, mierda. Ok, eso. Mierda. Entiendo por qué es de tus favoritas. Uf.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Fuck.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
¿Qué otras cosas te habrá
I can
ocultado?
only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Una profecía que se cumple sola.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
No, ahí hay algo.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Tengo curiosidad de qué son estas figuras gigantes. Son como pilar sticky decorativos. O sea, sí, sin más que, o sea, tengo más como curiosidad
And
de...
when you look at the house,
Sí, dicen por
that
qué están...
history of imagination and stubbornness and madness,
O sea, sí, ¿quién las
any of
creó?
it seems possible.
El columpio.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Mierda.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Slurpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr., Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Soul, Christopher, Shadow, Patsy, Oliver, Bob. Hasta una ranita. Bailey.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. Calvin Finch. La niña que quería comer más. El niño que voló. Sven Finch. Creo que este era el que estaba cavando. Eddie Finch. Pero no me acuerdo. Walter Finch. No, este era el que estaba cavando. Sven. Bárbara, la actriz.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
El primer Finch.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
La casa antigua.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Something.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gus Finch. Gregory Finch. Bueno, literalmente todos.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay Kumar, Lewis Finch, Milton Finch.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Ni siquiera hay fecha. A eso se refería ella de la muerte, o sea, de posiblemente quedaran solo 2.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, fuck. Salta y agárrate. La bandera de Estados Unidos. No, por aquí no puedo. Ah, aquí hay una escalera.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Por eso que se llama Sam y que te todo de lo de Estados Unidos, ultra Estados Unidos.
They were both pretty intense.
Taxidermista y cazador. Un veterano de guerra.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, fuck.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Fuck. Sí que fue triste, más no poder, weón.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Okay. Oh, weón, esa me dolió, de verdad, me dolió. No sé, no me extraña porque se te apretó la guata, pero esa sí que me dolió mucho.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
French control. Oh, fuck, la habitación de un muchacho pequeño todavía, un bebé prácticamente. Creo... Oh, mierda, no. No, espérate, no, si lo que estoy haciendo es leyendo. Divorcio, o sea, contrato de divorcio.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
No me digas, por favor, que no se
Hello?
Your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Oh, la puta madre. Don.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make this cry.
the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Eso se venía una tormenta. Eso es una tormenta. Y eléctrica.
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, mierda.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
La verdad la madre no me está cayendo muy bien porque ya va la segunda, el segundo hijo. Yo entiendo que el primero fue un accidente, pero ¿cómo podéis ser tan bestia como para dejar una guagua en la tina, sola? Y en la segunda es como decirle a tu hija, oye, si tú hubieras nacido hombre, te habríamos puesto Gus como tu hermano mayor. Es como, bueno, literalmente quería básicamente como ponerle la identidad de eso. No, bueno, eso no se hace. Y básicamente las reglas de la casa para intentar protegerlos. Eso lo puedo entender, pero el del bebé... O sea, tío, quiero decir, sorry. Gracias.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Entonces, la abuela, me quiero decir,
At the
perdón lo de la
time,
madre.
it was as far away as she could get.
Pero básicamente culpo completamente a la abuela. O sea, la del bebé, eso sí que me dio mucha rabia. El del bebé sí que me dio mucha rabia porque como tan imbécil. Porque hay gente, o sea, porque es algo que se ha sabido. Y además es cuestión de sentido
Religion was
común.
another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Qué linda esta habitación. Así como poder mirar.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Viajar a Indias, como enseñar pensamiento crítico. Donde manos que ayudan crean lugares seguros.
Lewis was born a year later.
Oh, el niño que se perdió. No se puede bajar por acá.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Nathan, Lewis, Minta, Thais.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh,
For a
enseñando.
Things were good. Almost normal.
Tablas de multiplicación. Todo lo que se requería para enseñar. Qué linda la vista desde acá. Edith, Bárbara Ross, Gregory, Lewis, Edith, Lewis, Nathan.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Whoa. Milton, el que desapareció.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
El que había dibujado el gato.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Me moriría por una habitación, o sea, una habitación así. Obviamente por ese motivo.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Literalmente como el cuarto de Arnold.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Me queda la habitación de Eddie, de Sven, Sanjay y Lewis.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Genuinamente me sorprende cómo es que el juego está tan bien hecho que yo no había pensado que había una subida por acá hasta después de llegar al cuarto de Milton.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
La de las latas de salmón.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Ok, espérame, calma. Ah, ya, por acá primero. Ok, esto también está increíble.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That
Maldita
partisan
sea.
lived on.
La habitación de Lewis olía muy, muy familiar. Eso es lo único que quedó de él. Como es lo que quedó. Sí, se nota.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Diploma. Oh, psicología.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh,
Newly
mierda.
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Oh.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Oh.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Bueno, nunca lo tuvo. Él estaba
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Me recuerdo cuando estaba en
He
el
no
colegio,
longer
esta,
spoke at the
esta
cannery.
misma cuestión ya en un momento.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. We started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Mierda, qué golpe de realidad de vuelta.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Gatito. Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Hasta los salmones, atunes, lo que fuera lo siguen persiguiendo. ¡Oh, mierda! ¡Oh, mierda!
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Mierda.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Intentando proteger a Levi. Finch.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
I don't know what it is.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Hola, puta madre. Oh, bueno, qué juego más hermoso. No me hagan eso, por favor, no me pongo en persona. Oh, conchetumare, qué juego tan lindo. Mira, no sé si decir que sea un juego per se, yo lo veo más como una historia interactiva. Pero mierda, o sea, al final ver todo esto sí que te pega fuerte, me encantó, definitivamente me encantó. Me encantó que cada historia tuviera su propia, estuviera adaptado a su propio modo, básicamente, que en el caso de Edith fuera simplemente escribir y experimentar la historia de cada uno. En el caso de algunos, o sea, por ejemplo, el chico de los videojuegos mostrará, por ejemplo, cómo es que entró la depresión hasta que finalmente decidió como abandonar su propia, o sea, usar su propia imaginación hasta el máximo. Milton, que al final utilizó la imaginación para... No, perdón, Milton creo que era el primer Finch el que hizo lo de la casa, ya no recuerdo quién es quién, soy muy mala para el nombre general, pero... Ay, el juego es precioso, definitivamente. Definitivamente me gustó mucho y que cada historia se fuera adaptando a lo que cada uno hizo. Es más, en un momento había olvidado completamente que Edith estaba embarazada. De verdad lo había olvidado hasta el final, cuando dije, estoy viendo el nacimiento de Edith, y después al final me acordé de que, claro, esto se refería al hijo. No esperaba. O sea, había olvidado completamente incluso que, claro, el nombre es de Edith, la protagonista, y no me acordé que podría morir. Hasta que, claro, llegamos a esta última parte. La música es preciosa, increíble, como te... Ay, no, el bebé. Ay, no, el bebé. Impresionante como el juego te mete demasiado en la historia. Como se vuelve tan inmersiva que directamente olvidas incluso que estás jugando. Hubo algunos que no me provocaron tanto, como por ejemplo la muerte de Bárbara, pero al mismo tiempo entendía más o menos a lo que iba ella. Pero claro, habían otras muertes, o por ejemplo la de Molly, creo que se llamaba la niña, que quería comer más, pero por ejemplo el del niño espacial, por decirlo de cierta forma. Bueno, el de la madre de Edith definitivamente me dolió, o sea, no le tenía cariño hasta que, claro, empecé a entender por qué es que la abandonaron la casa, no fue porque sí. Lo de la abuela también me dolió. Sí, también me encanta justamente eso de que te está mostrando una foto de cada uno de los desarrolladores de niños, lo encuentro súper lindo. Quiero seguir llorando. Definitivamente este juego es precioso, entiendo por qué a la gente que lo ha jugado les ha gustado tanto, es precioso de verdad. Voy a tener que jugarme después el otro que sacaron, que era el cisne algo. Pero este juego de verdad es precioso, me encantó que mantuvieran lo que era el detalle de modelado de personas al mínimo, parecían casi maniquíes, y lo que sí hicieron fuera la cuestión de ¿cómo se llama esto? De dedicarse más a lo que era el escenario en sí. Se puede entender completamente que Don y el choque de querer abandonar su pasado por esa supuesta maldición, sí. Mientras que Eddie trataba de preservar la memoria de su familiar a través de la historia. Sí, eso sí me gustó mucho. Definitivamente eso me gustó mucho. Bien. Pero bueno, de verdad me encantó. Precioso, precioso, precioso el juego. De verdad me gustó mucho. Pero hubo personas que me faltaron. Me faltaron Eddie, pero ya entendí. O sea, tanto Sanjay como Sven y Kate básicamente eran personas que venían, entre comillas, de afuera, básicamente, por decirlo de cierta forma. Y además sus historias no eran simplemente encontrarlas dentro del juego. Encuentro que genuinamente es un juego precioso, de verdad. Me encantó. Ultra recomendadísimo, más no poder. Tiene un muy bonito mensaje, la verdad. Me duele mucho ver incluso, o sea, el que ni siquiera tengo una fecha ahora, a pesar de que sabemos que ella ya no existe. Pero entiendo perfectamente por qué Don sí se quiso ir después de, claro, ver todo lo que estaba sucediendo con sus hijos. Lewin, luego Milton, que directamente desapareció, y Edith. Y además ver todo lo que le sucedió a sus hermanos. Pero eso, o sea, encuentro que es un juego de los más bonitos. De nuevo, otro juego sobre el duelo para gamers. No es la primera vez que me pasa y sé que no va a ser el último. Pero eso es un juego realmente hermoso. Me enamoró totalmente. Entiendo por qué tanta gente le gusta y sí, es una obra narrativa espectacular. Definitivamente terminé como entendiendo prácticamente toda la historia de todos, incluso el de Gregory, que fue la que más me enojó, pero por el mal cuidado. Definitivamente todas las historias me encantaron. Las que más me engancharon fueron la de Gregory, definitivamente, la de Gus, la de Calvin, y también la de Sam. La de Lewis, eso sí, es increíblemente como te llegas a un momento a desconectar y literalmente empiezas a hacer Lewis usando la imaginación y básicamente dejas que el automatismo haga lo de los peces. Y aunque la de Milton me gustó, se sintió un poco más también como lo que fue la de Bárbara, que fue simplemente quedarse sentado a ver lo que estaba sucediendo, mientras que habían otros que eran más interactivos. Y el de Gregory definitivamente me encantó porque pues, me gusta todo esto de la música y te mostraba. Y tengo que admitir que me gustó eso de que el padre de Gregory incluso le dijera a su esposa que no la culpaba. Siendo sincera, yo sí la culpo. Porque no puedes hacer eso, como pierde la llamada, bueno, pero no hagas eso, pero bueno. Eso sí también es una linda forma de mostrar, de transmitir el disfrutar la vida. Definitivamente eso sí me gustó mucho, porque también mostraban cómo Sanjay ya estaba en un momento en donde estaba más preocupada de sobrevivir que disfrutarla. Pero también me gustó mucho esa cuestión de querer aprender más sobre tu familia y disfrutar del presente. Eso lo encontré precioso. Lo único que puedo decir, maldita sea Annapurna de nuevo sacando algo precioso. Siempre Annapurna sacando algo hermoso. Pero eso. Entonces el directo termina aquí. Es un juego hermoso, definitivamente me encantó más no poder. Y a ver qué juego mañana, no lo sé. Ahí tendré que ver. La de Walter, que fue... y la del hombre que se había encerrado. Sí, esa también pegó bastante Me dolió la de Walter de estar encerrado durante todo ese tiempo y el día en que sale cuando por fin es libre, solamente por sentir el viento en su rostro fue suficiente para matarlo. Entonces, es precioso y al mismo tiempo es súper triste. Por eso, me encantó el juego, definitivamente, me enamoró completamente. Precioso. Voy a seguir llorando un rato, yo creo. Así que eso, nos vemos mañana. No sé qué voy a transmitir mañana, va a tener que aparecer en el calendario. Pero eso. Así que muchas gracias por estar acá. Gracias a ti, amor, por recomendarme el juego y por estar acá también. Así que eso. Nos vemos.